2025 is easily gearing up to be one of the best years ever for re-releases in the Cars diecast line, with long-awaited returning characters like Ernie Gearson, Grem and Acer, and some insane picks that I never thought would return, like Bye Bye Car from Tokyo Mater. After a pretty lackluster lineup of re-releases in 2024, I am beyond excited to see how many insane returns we're getting in 2025. But the incredible returns go beyond just regular singles, as 2025 is also shaping up to have one of the best hauler lineups I think I've ever seen. Hello everybody, and welcome back to My Thoughts, a show where I give you all my thoughts on the latest Cars news. Today, I'm going to be breaking down the haulers that are returning for 2025, as well as some insanely cool leaks we just got regarding new GRC cars. Let's get into it. For the past few months now, Cars fan Training Cars Kiddo 01 has been going through Walmart.com product listings and uncovering a bunch of yet-to-be-announced 2025 Cars diecast products that have numbers and entries in the system but don't have pages just yet. This is something that's done in the Cars fan base all the time to try to uncover new products, and, well, it's certainly been working out pretty well this year. Back in October, going through listings eventually leaked the return of Chet Boxcar, one of the truck stop haulers from the first Cars movie, who hasn't been released since 2010 and now goes for hundreds of dollars online. I was so excited when I first saw this. I think everyone was so excited when they first saw this. The truck stop haulers. Those were items I genuinely never expected to come back at this point. Every once in a while, we do get some pretty solid hauler lineups. In 2023, I think it was, right? We got Cars 2 Mac back, and then Gray and Chick Hicks's hauler. But usually, haulers are kind of hit or miss. We mainly get the same few re-release. But these coming back, that seemed incredible to me. They're not Piston Cup haulers. They're the classic truck stop haulers that are practically unobtainable for a lot of Cars fans due to just how rare they are. If Chet Boxcar is coming back, who knows what else that could mean? Well, now we know. Because it was just leaked that Gil is coming back. Another one of these delivery trucks who hasn't been out since 2010. And we have official images of him in the 2025 box, confirming that Chet Boxcar listing is probably 100% happening. But not only that, we also have another listing for a returning hauler in 2025, none other than Jerry Recycled Batteries. That's right, the Peterbilt himself. Another car that goes for a good $100 online who hasn't seen the light of day since 2010. Like I already said, getting these cars back is absolutely incredible. I was finally able to add Gil and Jerry to my collection earlier this year. A friend of mine sold me their original releases loose for a very, very good price. But I am so excited to see these cars return and let other collectors add them to their collections as well. They are such great releases. For so many collectors, myself included, these haulers are practically unobtainable because of those ridiculously high online prices. I'm also very excited to pick up Chet since I don't have him. Jerry and Gil are the only truck stop haulers that I own. Now personally, I really doubt we'll see the rest of the delivery haulers in 2025. We don't get that many haulers a year, and we already have 4 confirmed for 2025, 3 of them being these. So I'm not sure, but regardless of if we get more or not, this is just so great in the first place. For me, these 3 are more than enough. Now, it is unfortunate that a lot of Walmarts have kind of removed their hauler section when redoing their toy sections in 2024. I know I'm going to have to go out of my way to a Walmart pretty far away from me because that's the only one near me that still has haulers, but I think it'll definitely be worth it. It's just kind of annoying that, the year after a lot of Walmarts in the US stop selling haulers, we get probably the best hauler lineup in years. These 3 are, of course, joined by Cars 1 Mac, who's also returning for 2025 and I believe is already hitting stores now. This is his first release in nearly a decade, so as you can see, we have a pretty solid hauler lineup for 2025, and I cannot believe it. It's great. In addition to that, Training Cars Kit 001 has also discovered multiple leaks regarding the Race to the Rescue line. This is a new series releasing as part of the 2025 main line, reimagining Cars characters as emergency vehicles, something that we've seen in multiple different Cars toy lines over the years. It's been a pretty popular thing to do, and I think it's pretty cool to see the main 155 scale Cars line finally do their take on it. Not much to say about these because we don't have images yet. One of them is labeled Dalmatian, which should be interesting. I'm sure it'll be a car painted like a Dalmatian, similar to Mia and Tia. Maybe like that's what Luigi and Guido are in the series because they're so small. We have confirmation of a variant of Sheriff, which was to be expected for a toy line like this. This is actually a listing for a color changer Sheriff, thanks to that CC label, so it looks like we'll be getting Race to the Rescue color changers as well. Probably the most interesting one is this listing, which appears to be for a Color Changers Race to the Rescue Red. Red has never received a color changer before, so that's pretty cool, but I could definitely see this item being pretty controversial. Up first, the thing that disappoints me the most is that this is going to be based on the Race to the Rescue line and not specifically a regular old red color changer, although once they make this, now that they have the mold, I'm sure they'll eventually go back and make a normal red color changer. What I think could really upset people with this item is I feel like they'll probably shrink him down a little bit, right, to fit as a color changer. There's no such thing as color changer deluxes, and red is simply too big to be a regular color changer. Maybe, just maybe, they could pull off fitting him in a color changer bubble. The color changer bubbles are pretty big, and they did pull off Doug Crankle a few years back, so maybe they could. But I think the most likely option is we'll probably have him be a little smaller than usual. I could even see them basing him on the plastic shrunken down red that we got with the Courthouse playset a few years ago. Regardless, I'm so interested in seeing what the Race to the Rescue cars look like. I'm always on board for new Radiator Springs variants. These are going to be strange and interesting, and if they're anywhere near as good as the GRC cars are, I'll be on board. I already am on board because I love Radiator Springs characters so much, but still. Speaking of the GRC cars, their return for the 2025 Cars diecast line is something that surprised and kind of disappointed me when we first heard about it over the summer. I love the GRC cars, don't get me wrong, but I really didn't think it was necessary to bring them back for a second year unless they decided to make some new ones. As much as fans have been loving the GRC, the most common complaint has been the fact that the line is missing 4 of the World Grand Prix cars: Jeff Gorvette, Lewis Hamilton, Nigel Gearsley, and Rip Klutch-Gonski. Myself and many others thought that 2025 would be the perfect opportunity to release these final 4 cars, and, well, it seems like that's what's going to happen. While I had previously heard some conflicting reports that perhaps there wouldn't be new GRC cars in 2025, Training Cars Kit 001 has discovered 3 new listings for them. A few weeks ago, a listing for a GRC Jeff was discovered, and that's been followed up yesterday and today with leaks for GRC Lewis Hamilton and Rip Klutch-Gonski. Now, all we're missing is Nigel Gearsley, who's my favorite World Grand Prix racer, and I feel a little slighted that he's the only one that's not confirmed for the GRC now. Come on, you can make it, Nigel, let's go! Of course, these are just listings, and there are no images yet, so it would probably be a good idea to take these with a grain of salt, since, again, there's not 100% confirmation on these, but these listings are usually very, very correct and accurate regarding what's coming up next for the Cars diecast line. They have been a reputable source for years, so I think I can pretty confidently say that we will be receiving the final World Grand Prix racers in the GRC for 2025, and I think that really justifies the GRC's return next year. I'm so excited to see these. I cannot wait to see how the final World Grand Prix racers are finally adapted into the GRC. With all of these leaks, the 2025 Cars diecast line continues to look incredibly promising. I think right now we really do need to see some more new releases from the movies or some more from Cars on the Road, since so much of this year is either really, really good re-releases from the movies or new releases from expanded universe lines. I think if we get a good few new characters from the movies and a couple from on the road, in addition to all this other stuff, 2025 will be perfect. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these reveals in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.